and welcome back to my Dublin diary. In this video, I'm going to be talking about and showing you pictures of my second week here in Dublin. I just want to address firstly that I did get a new kind of setup and the camera is a bit shaky because I'm not used to work with it, but I'm going to try to correct this on my next videos. So moving along, on this second week we did get to do a lot of new things, like we tried the virtual rooms in UCD, which I will talk about later on, and we did finally move out of Barnaculia, which was, I would say, very exciting. So we did do a lot of exciting things this week. I think this was the week I was the saddest while here, at least so far. I was really not in a good mood. I was just feeling down, missing home and my support system, and it didn't help the fact that this week was my birthday and I felt so alone. So, as I was saying, my birthday did fell on the Tuesday, January 11th, which was a very full day for me. We had classes in the morning, then we had to sign a contract for the apartment, we had to move in, and I had my first VR class, which just meant that I was so occupied the entire day, I didn't even get to enjoy my birthday. And that did make me kind of sad because I'm just one of those people that goes crazy on their birthday and just gives a lot of importance to it. And I was just already feeling down, and the fact that I didn't get to enjoy my own birthday just got me even sadder. But I did get a nice 30-minute walk to UCD all by myself, where I enjoyed this beautiful sunset and I listened to some of my favorite music, so that was really nice. So besides turning 22, I did get my first VR class, which I was very excited about because my school back home doesn't have this resource, and I had seen videos online about VR experiences, so I was very excited. But I must say it was a very overwhelming experience once I was inside of it. It's very weird because you kind of have to go through people and through walls, and it's very confusing. And the remotes were kind of confusing to me, and I do get migraines quite often, so I had to stop a bit earlier because I was starting to get a really strong headache because I couldn't wear my glasses with the VR glasses. Overall, it was a fun experience. As I've been saying, this was also a moving day, which meant we were finally going to say goodbye, which I made a mistake right there, I'm so sorry, to the mountains, and we were finally going to move and to be in a much more central location, which actually from our place you can see this part really up close. It's a 5-minute walk to there, so we are really central. We are really lucky to be where we are and to be able to live here and just experience this city so up close to the center. We have everything really close by, which means we can experience anything anytime we want. We can just walk right out of the house and just be where things are happening, and we can do anything just as we please. So the Spire, I really thought this was funny. When we did our first trip the first week, the guide said that it was ordered to celebrate the new millennium, so the year 2000, but it only arrived in 2002. And I thought this was funny because I can imagine this happening in Portugal as well. We are always like 15 minutes late everywhere, and I have seen sayings in like souvenir stores saying, "I'm not late, I'm on Irish time." And that and other things just make me think how similar Ireland and Irish people are to Portugal and Portuguese people. On Friday, we went to a Gaelic game center and they tried to teach us how to play some Gaelic games. And I'm actually not the most sporty person, so I wasn't too excited about this day. I also had never heard of Gaelic games before I came to Ireland, so I didn't really know what to expect. I was just thinking that, oh, it must be like football in Portugal, but that's such an unfair comparison. Uh, Gaelic games to Irish people are just so much more than a game. It's the spirit is just so different than other sports. They just take it really seriously, and I can understand why. And they just have so much pride in it. The guy and the lady in the center were actually explaining to us how you make a hurling team, for example. And if you make your local hurling team, it's not because you are like a professional player. They pick you and you represent your city for the love that you have for your city, and I think that's just really beautiful. Of the 4 Gaelic games, we actually only got to play 3, which were hurling, Gaelic football, and Gaelic handball. The fourth one we didn't got to play was rounders. I think that's the right name. My favorite one was Gaelic football. I think it was the most fun, but the most different one for me was hurling. I had never played anything like it, and it was very difficult. You had to be so coordinated, which I'm not. So it was definitely really challenging. Just even just picking the ball off the floor was really hard because you can't do it with your hands. You have to use your hurl, which is the stick thing. So that was very very hard. So if I wasn't even good at picking the ball off the floor, you can imagine how terrible I was throughout the entire game. There are also a lot of rules you have to have in mind, like how many steps you can take with the ball in hand and everything like that. So it was very difficult, but it was fun. So after the Gaelic games, we just stopped at this ice cream place called Gino's, close to our home, and we just had some crepes with Nutella and strawberries. And then we just headed home and changed quickly because we were so tired and sweaty from the Gaelic games. And then we just went to a pub and met with some of the Erasmus students and also some of the Irish students. Fridays are always that time when we can get together and just, besides school, and just talk about our personal interests and get to know each other. And I'm always really excited for Fridays because of that. And I always heard people that came on Erasmus talk about how they made such good friends with people from other countries, and Fridays are always the time that we can take to make those friendships. So that is always really nice. So this is the end of this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.